Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, buckle up because what we're about to discuss could be a game changer for the Falcons and the entire NFC South. Imagine a scenario where the Falcons, already looking to build a potent offense, make a bold move that not only boosts their offensive firepower, but also signals their intentions to contend seriously in 2024 and beyond. That's right, the buzz is all about the possibility of Atlanta acquiring Chris Olave, one of the most exciting young wide receivers in the league, from the New Orleans Saints. And this isn't just a rumor, it's a strategic move that could turn the tide in the division, shake up playoff expectations, and elevate Atlanta's chances of a deep postseason run. Now, let's take a step back and understand who Chris Olave really is, because this player has been on the rise since his rookie season. Olave, who's been recognized as a top 30 route runner by ESPN, is known for his speed, precise route running, and ability to make big plays downfield. His career stats are impressive. Over 312 receptions for more than 500 yards and 25 touchdowns. That's an average of around 5 yards per reception, which is elite for a receiver of his age. His catch rate is a solid 66.4%, and he's shown flashes of becoming a true Pro Bowl talent. In 2025, despite playing only 6 games due to a lingering ankle injury that limited him to 80% of the snaps, Olave managed to rack up 30 catches for 412 yards and 3 touchdowns, averaging nearly 14 yards per reception. His yards after catch 4.1 YAC per reception highlight his ability to gain extra yardage after catching the ball, making him a dangerous weapon in the open field. What makes Olave so appealing isn't just his raw talent, but his potential to elevate an offense significantly. His career average of 3.8 YAC per reception and 18 broken tackles showcase his ability to create after the catch, and his average depth of target, or ADOT, of 13.2 yards shows that he's used effectively down the field. When you look at his metrics, including a PFF grade of 83.2 and an EPA per target of plus 0.38, it's clear that he's not just a deep threat, but also a reliable target for quarterbacks. That's exactly the kind of player the Falcons need to complement their existing weapons like Drake London and Kyle Pitts, creating a dynamic trio that defenses will struggle to contain. Now, why would the Saints consider trading Olave? Well, it's a combination of factors. First, New Orleans finds itself in a tough spot, sitting at 2-4 with a defense that's been leaking points, an average of 26 points per game. There's a sense that the team needs a rebuild or at least a serious reevaluation. They've accumulated draft capital for future rebuilds, including a second-round pick in the 2026 draft, which indicates they're playing the long game. Plus, they're freeing up about $10 million in cap space, giving them some flexibility to make moves elsewhere. There's also skepticism around Derek Carr's EPA pass, which stands at minus 0.12, suggesting the offense isn't clicking as well as hoped. The Saints are in a mode of assessment. They might be sellers, looking to retool and build for the future. On the other hand, the Falcons see Olave as a perfect fit, especially after losing a key piece like McLeod, who's out with a concussion and is expected to return around Week 7. Adding a speedster like Olave would give Atlanta an elite deep threat, stretching defenses and opening up lanes for the run game and intermediate routes. Imagine what this could do for quarterback Desmond Ridder, who's been developing steadily but could benefit immensely from a receiver with Olave's skill set. The pairing of Ridder and Olave could become a nightmare for defenses, especially when you consider the potential for big plays and explosive drives. But it's not just about individual talent. The impact on the Falcons' overall offense could be profound. Experts project that acquiring Olave could push the Falcons' passing yards for the season over 100 yards more than their current projection, and add around 10 more touchdowns. That's a significant boost. Remember, the Falcons are already building a solid offense, but Olave's presence could transform them into a top 8 passing attack in the league. His speed and ability to get open on deep routes, plus the fact that he separates by about 2-1 yards from other receivers on deep targets, would give Atlanta a real advantage in the vertical game. It's a move that could elevate the entire offense, making it more unpredictable and dangerous. And what about the playoff picture? Well, the odds for the Falcons to win the Super Bowl could see a noticeable shift. Currently listed at plus 3,500, some analysts believe that with Olive, those odds could drop to around plus 1,800, dramatically increasing their chances of making a deep playoff run. A key factor here is the potential to make a pivotal impact in the postseason, especially considering the Falcons' upcoming schedule. If they manage to secure a top seed or a favorable matchup, they could definitely make some noise. And as recent history shows, having a deep threat like Olive can be a game-changer in tight playoff battles, especially with his ability to stretch the field and force defenses to overcommit. Now, let's talk about the division. The NFC South has been a bit unpredictable lately, with the Saints struggling to find consistency and the Falcons aiming to step into that role of division contenders. If the Falcons acquire Olive and continue to develop their roster, they could be seen as serious contenders not just for the division title, but also for a deep playoff push. The shift in offensive dynamics, combined with their improving defense, which, while still giving up 26 points per game, is trending upward, means that Atlanta is positioning itself for a potential breakthrough. This move isn't just about adding talent, it's about making a statement. The Falcons are signaling that they're not content with being just a middle-of-the-road team. They want to be serious contenders, and acquiring a player like Olive shows that they're thinking big. It's a strategic move that aligns with their recent draft picks, coaching development, and overall team philosophy. They're building a team that can compete with the best, and Olive could be the piece that pushes them over the top. Of course, there are skeptics. Some will say that trading a future second-round pick is a gamble, that Olive's injury history and the Saints' current state make this a risky move. But for Falcons fans, the enthusiasm should be about the potential upside. Adding a dynamic playmaker who can immediately impact the game, elevate the offense, and give the team a new dimension in the passing game. It's a bold move, but in the NFL, sometimes you have to take risks to reach the highest levels. And if this move happens, it could be remembered as the catalyst for a new era of Falcons football, one where they're no longer just trying to compete but aiming for a Super Bowl appearance. Looking ahead, the Falcons are in a prime position to capitalize on this potential move. With a talented core already in place, including London and Pitts, adding Olive would create a formidable trio. This kind of offensive firepower, combined with their developing defense and a motivated coaching staff, makes them a team to watch in 2024. Fans should be excited because this isn't just hype. It's a real possibility that could reshape their division and their championship aspirations. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and TO, the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. Remember, this is a dynamic situation, and as we get closer to the trade deadline or off-season moves, everything could change. But one thing is for sure, the Falcons are positioning themselves for a serious shot at the postseason, and adding a player like Olive could be the move that finally puts them over the edge. Keep your eyes on this story, because it's shaping up to be one of the most exciting developments for Atlanta in recent memory. Thanks for sticking around, and as always, stay passionate, stay loud, and go Falcons.